my God. You read that fast.
I did. That was that was quick. It got me because it would said only 5% left, but that's still like an hour. But I just had to finish it.
I was the same thing. The night after we potted, Andrew's like, "Oh, you're almost done." I said, "Yeah, got like whatever, 150 pages." He's like, "All right, well, why don't you just read and when you're done, we can watch a movie." I said, "Okay." And I just never stopped reading.
Ah. Was it more than 150 pages?
I don't
'Cause on
know,
my
whatever
Kindle,
we
I
had
can't tell.
left. Oh,
It was still quite a bit.
I want to say it was like 150 pages.
My Kindle, I think, said like 2 hours or something left.
But Donna, she would just like she gives you just like a
It's so
little
good.
taste, but she never gives you enough information.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
that
know.
that must have been how Richard felt too in the group. Just always getting like a little bit, but never quite. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Except reading the book was exciting. Living Richard's life would have been terrible.
Oh my God. Okay, so you read it.
Are
What were
we
you
ready to get
thinking?
into it?
Oh yeah, let's
We
just
do
get
our
into
intro.
it.
All
Yeah.
right. Welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy,
I'm Candice.
and we are finishing The Secret History. Finally
Yes.
made it. Long awaited.
Wow.
Okay, so what am I thinking about it?
Like when you were as you were reading it, what were you thinking? Were you like blown away? Were you like, okay, we were pretty close? Were you,
We weren't very close. I feel like on some things we were. We definitely
yeah,
got that Henry was like evil mastermind, but I mean, that was kind of obvious.
yeah.
We were really way off the mark with Julian. That was a little disappointing, I thought. Who was this guy? Was he doing anything?
There's much to be desired on Julian.
I know. Did he just kind of create something that got out from under him with Henry?
Right. Like,
I don't know, because yeah, it seems as though he was not influencing Henry in the way we thought. Or maybe he was, we just didn't hear about it, but it seemed like he wasn't.
so I read some of the Reddits.
Yeah, what'd you find?
Um, what a lot of people felt like is that Julian didn't intend for this to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but he was really romanticizing this like kind of brutal time period with these
Hmm.
students. And there was one thing I was going to save it for later, but we're just going to say it now. Um, because I asked about the mantra live forever. What does that
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so this is what a literary page said. They said the mantra's meaning shifts throughout the narrative from an intoxicating philosophical ideal to a deeply tragic irony. So it
Hmm.
has three different ideals. So the romantic ideal. So during their Greek class dinners, Julian and the students would toast to eternal youth, suspension of traditional morality, hedonicism. I don't know what that is. It is a
Hedonism? Isn't that like living for
hedonism.
pleasure?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
So it's a desire to bypass ordinary human limitations and step into Dionysian realm of divine madness and ecstasy. So
Mm.
Julian's kind of creating this environment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ultimate irony, this is what this thing says, is instead of achieving divinity, the students bring death to Bunny, eternal psychological ruin, guilt, madness, and isolation upon themselves. The mantra turns into a curse as the survivors are trapped in a living hell, burdened by their memories for the rest of their lives.
I think that's a great description. Good job,
Yes.
literary page.
Yeah. So I feel like, so all of this to talk about Julian is I feel like he didn't intend, but he was in a position of power, created this very like cult-like atmosphere, and then starts romanticizing this time period. So he
Mm-hmm.
was kind of being irresponsible, I think.
Well, that was actually my question. How responsible is he for all this? Not at all? Should he have been a better mentor and like been a little bit more invested in what was actually happening with his students? But also, I mean, he's a professor. He's not really their guardian, but he kind of turned into that.
I would say as an adult, you need to be able to recognize
Mm-hmm.
like the influence and the power you have over young people.
Yeah.
As like a as a professor and like mentor like he was to these students, like he knew he was very important to them and he knew the power he had over them. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he loved that adoration. So he was kind of reckless to get
Mm.
more of it.
Yeah.
So
And then he
I
just
think he
skips
is
town.
pretty culpable.
Yeah.
I was
But
shocked about that.
I know. So I wrote
Him
a summary. Do
skipping
we want to go
town.
into the summary or do we want to just kind of go like we did last time?
Yeah.
Summary?
No, I want to go
Oh,
in
just
proper
go.
summary. Yeah. You
Oh,
spent a lot of
so
time
yes
on
on
it.
summary. Yeah, Candy saw me write it in real
Yes, on
time.
summary.
I know. This one, I
I felt
don't think
like
it's too
Fei
long.
Fei and no, I don't think so.
Okay.
But you and me writing in the Google Doc
Oh, yeah. Like Fei Fei and Reese.
felt like Fei Fei and Reese. Yeah.
The
It
archaic
was
I
fun.
am.
I was like, this is chic. Yeah. Like we're talking to each other in the Google Doc. I was like, that's cool. Okay. All right.
All right.
Let's start the summary.
Let's start the summary. Chapter 8 to the epilogue. So this is post Bunny's funeral, and everyone falls apart, except Henry, it appears. So at a baseline, everyone, except Henry, is drinking more and sleeping less. Would you say that for most of the chapter?
Yeah.
Like
I don't
Henry
know if I
seemed
would
cool
say
as a
that
cucumber.
Henry, yes, but in my mind, that was his own way of like spinning out.
Yeah.
So
Just
like
like
he was, I
internally,
feel like,
maybe.
yeah, I feel like he was in crisis, but I feel like he was trying to like pretend to keep the charade up. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I think you're right. Did you say charade?
I did.
Charade. I was like, maybe that's another word I don't know.
No,
I think
I was
it's
just being a
charade.
little Moira Rose.
Charade. Yes, Henry and his great charade. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So at a baseline, everyone except Henry is drinking more and sleeping less. The boys, Richard, Francis, and Charles, also increasingly blame Henry for all their problems. But the one who's really spiraling out of control is Charles.
Mhm.
So Charles is a full 3 sheets to the wind and exclusively drinks alcohol for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He says his problems stem from Henry forcing him to take the brunt of the FBI's questions. The stress of making nice with the cops and finding just the right things to say was overwhelming, and Charles turned to the bottle as a coping mechanism. I thought that made sense. That sounded overwhelming to me.
It did. It did. Charles says something interesting in this when he's revealing. He says like, "Why are we even following Henry anyway?"
Mm-hmm. Great questions.
He's like,
Asking
"These
it a
plans
little
aren't."
too late. But better late than never.
Yes. But he was kind of like, this plan actually didn't work out that well, all things considered.
I mean, it kind of worked out. It kind of did, though.
Like it did, but I guess according to Charles, what Charles said, he said any one of us could have come up with something that didn't end up like this, you know?
That's true. But yeah, I feel like they're just so taken up in the ocean and like the power of Henry. They didn't even
Well,
stop to think.
yes, yes. But do you think that's true, I guess? Do you think
Oh, they could have. I feel like if they, I don't know, took a week, went back home to their families, got out of their toxic little cult, and came back, they would realize there was another option other than killing Bunny. Like, Of course, there's another option.
Yeah.
So, although I guess I forgot they did kill a farmer. I mean, they did kill someone already. So, I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the very least, I mean, they could probably come up with some good blackmail so that Bunny would be tied into things. And so Bunny wouldn't turn them in because that's kind of the biggest loose end, right?
Yeah.
And at best, they could have come up with a more noble way of finding their way out, I think.
I
Don't you think?
think, yes. I think if they just never brought it up again, it probably would have been fine.
Would have fizzled out. Bunny would forget.
Even if Bunny said something, it's like he didn't have any evidence. They would just say, no, that didn't
That's
happen.
true. That's
At
true.
this point, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months.
Mm-hmm. But I guess they're already so on edge with the guilt of killing someone.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that much to push them all the way over, which I would probably be in the same spot.
Yeah.
It ain't a small thing what they did.
No. I see how
So,
they got there.
right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think if they just took a break from their insular group, that would have helped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Okay,
All
keep
right.
going.
Hmm.
All right. Things take a seismic shift when Charles and Henry get into a fight, and Charles takes Henry's car, only to get pulled over for drunk driving. This leads to Charles getting arrested and spending the night in jail, and Henry is at risk of losing his license and car. Henry then calls on Richard to bounce Charles out of jail. Richard is befuddled, but it's 3 a.m. and Henry has shown up with a blank check for bail and has a taxi waiting for him, so Richard agrees.
Wait. Okay. Why did Henry do that? Richard even questions. He's like, why am
Oh.
I in the middle of the night doing this?
Well, I have an idea. I was like, somehow Henry's trying to rope Richard in on this so that it's like Richard's fault. Henry's getting him to do all the
Hmm.
dirty work. And we find out at the end that Henry had started like transferring ownership of his car to Richard. And so
Hmm.
I don't really know how that all would have worked out, but he had some mastermind plan going on, I think, to where like if
Hmm.
things went south with this thing with Charles, he was going to pin it on Richard somehow. That's my thought.
Mm.
What do you think?
I don't know. I really didn't even know what to think about it because
Mm-hmm.
it's like, why? Because what he says is like, oh, well, Charles doesn't want to see me because he's upset. And it's like, okay, Charles will get over it if you're the one posting bail.
That's what I was, yeah. What better way to make amends?
Yeah, like he'll get over it. Plus it's like plus Charles being feeling upset is not like enough reason if you want to bail someone out to bail them out, you know? You just do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to do this whole concocted thing. So why would Henry do that? I have no idea.
Well, it also felt like just his like pulling his power card of like
Yeah.
getting his little minions to do his bidding, you know? He had to walk over or go to the jail. He had to walk back. I mean, it was a miserable experience. Henry
Yeah.
couldn't be bothered to do that.
I could to me that makes the most sense is that maybe Henry is like a little drunk on power now. He feels
Mm-hmm.
like he has total control of the group. He's getting ready to target Charles, and he's like making sure that people are still following.
Yeah. He's doing the cult tactics. He's waking them up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, literally, that is like straight up cult tactics. Do you think he
Mm-hmm.
read a book on cults and's like, I'm going to
I'm
build a
sure he
cult?
did. He probably read it in like, I guess they all know Greek, but maybe like Arabic or something. So
Yeah.
no one else knew.
Because this feels very like Cult 101.
Mm-hmm. I know, yeah. How did he become such mastermind? Maybe some people are naturally born cult leaders.
I
They
guess.
got a
I
knack
mean,
for it.
some people have to be naturals at it because they made them possible. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. Yeah, so is he just like too in dreamland with all the Greek and ancient stuff they've been reading? And he's like, that sounds great. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, that's why it's like people think Julian's more culpable because he kind of whipped up this fantasy for these kids.
Hmm.
And in particular with Henry, has not necessarily brainwashed him, but I mean, just made
We
his
don't
entire.
know what he said. That's what I wish. I wish we kind of knew more about what actually happened in their relationship because we know they talked a lot. We can like assume that that's where Henry got all these ideas from, but we don't really
Mhm.
know what what all influence Julian had.
Right.
So
It makes me wonder if because Donna and her real life professor, he stopped talking to her. And I was
just like what
like,
Julian did.
which it's like Julian's not like great, but to me, this isn't like the worst portrayal of someone. I don't know. Would you be so offended at this portrayal of Julian?
Nothing really sounds good about Julian, to be honest. Sounds like he's kind of full of himself, likes to make himself important. He
Yeah.
he realizes he has this big influence on these students, and he just leaves them high and dry.
Yeah.
Like, what's the good part about Julian? He's a good teacher, very engaging,
Okay.
very
So
good
you'd be
cult
pretty
leader.
upset.
It's not great.
It isn't great. And it also isn't great because it does kind of seem like him and Henry have like a sexual relationship. So I would really not like it if someone implied that about me.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I wouldn't like. I know that never really came up again.
Well, a lot of people were saying on the Reddits that your traditional Greek mentor relationship
Oh.
would involve like the student being like me too'd effectively
Oh,
by the
really?
mentor. Yes, that
Oh,
was
I don't
like
like
part of
that.
it. That was like part of like the deal. Like you want me to
Ooh,
train you, then you gotta like do all sorts of
payback.
things. All sorts of
Yikes.
things. So I guess, like it's not explicitly said, but they have like that kiss on the cheek moment and they were
Mm-hmm.
like clearly inappropriate at a minimum.
Right. Yeah. I didn't really want more details on it.
Yeah.
Probably the
Okay.
implication is all I need.
So why did I say all this? Because at first I was like, maybe there was a chapter or something that's been removed that revealed more of Julian's perspective, and the real Julian read this book and was upset when he saw that
I
chapter, and then they deleted it. But
don't think
no,
so.
you think what was written was enough to be pretty upset about.
Oh, I think so. You think that there would have to be something else for you to really be
Well,
upset?
when I started my thought, that's what I was thinking. But then after I realized the Me Too moment, I was like, actually, that is enough.
Yeah. Canceled. Never talking to you again.
Honestly, yeah, you read that about me in a book? No. No.
And it becomes a bestseller? Are
Because
you
a
kidding?
bestseller?
Be awful.
Yeah, I would not like that.
Especially, what an ironic twist of fate if you were like the one who really helped cultivate their writing skills.
I know. You're like,
You sharpen
I.
their knife.
Well, I mean, that's like real life. That's basically what happened is that in the book, Julian sharpened the knife of Henry too much and it got out of control. And
Hmm.
then our real life Friedrichs, he made Donna too good of a writer.
Yeah.
And she wrote this book out of
Yeah.
control.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Pretty biography, if you ask
Yep.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on.
Yep.
All right. So Richard just bounced Charles out of jail. And on their long walk back home, we learn that Henry and Charles got into a fight over Camilla. Charles learned at Bunny's funeral that Camilla and Henry have had a fling going on, and Charles wants to be the only one having a fling with his sister.
I was like, twins! I knew
Yeah.
it.
Oh my gosh, you called that one.
I
That
knew
was
it.
wild.
I was like, these twins, they're freaky.
They're too close.
When
Yikes.
Bunny said it, I said, I believe Bunny.
Yeah, Bunny's the best one. What a twist.
I know, and he was pretty bad.
He was. He came out strong on the bad list. Okay. Um, so they're upset. Charles and Camilla are upset with each other. Charles keeps drinking. Camilla says she's scared of Charles. Henry says, "No fear, sweet cakes. I got a reservation at the honeymoon hotel just for us."
Has the little heart-shaped bed.
Yeah. Just got something subtle. It's the only one they had available. Okay.
Okay, what did you think about Charles and Camilla's fighting and their fight and their weird incest?
I don't know. Well, so Camilla says she's scared of Charles. Is she actually scared of Charles? I mean, he does seem like he's, off his rocker. But
Mm-hmm.
also, it's your brother. You know, I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you maybe wouldn't be as scared of your brother, or maybe you'd be more scared if you really know what he's like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I feel like Camilla is just under Henry's thumb,
Mm-hmm.
Henry's control, and so he's
Yeah.
also feeding her things,
Yeah.
which pushes her to move out. I don't think without Henry she would move out.
Do you think Charles was abusing Camilla, like hitting her? Because she
Um,
has like the bruises, the bruising.
yeah.
She had bruises earlier in the book, and she said, "Oh, it
It,
was nothing." But I guess we thought it was the Bacchanal, but I guess it could have also been Charles.
yeah. Um, hmm. I don't know, maybe. But Charles didn't really give me abusive vibes until this part of the book where he's like totally drunk all the time. Then I'm like, well, yeah,
Yeah,
I could believe that he'd do things. But up until now, he seemed perfectly nice, I thought.
yeah,
Um,
I thought
I
so
don't know.
too.
It's possible. It's possible that they started getting into some raunchy things and it went too far or something.
Yeah.
It's an option. Then there's that scene at their house where Richard sees that like this glass was thrown at the mirror or whatever, and so like they got into a fight. I mean, Camilla could have also, I don't think she was abusing Charles.
Well, I think the question is, do you believe that Camilla is manipulative like Henry, or do you
Mm,
believe she just got swept up? Because I think that's what's interesting about this book is that you don't really get enough details to know for sure.
I know. I think you're right. I feel like I think she is manipulative, which is why like she and Henry are soulmates and like she could only ever
Soulmates,
be in
yeah.
love with him. And maybe all the bruises and stuff, they weren't actually from Charles, but she told Richard that to like kind of
Mm-hmm.
manipulate him. That's possible. I feel like she's also getting swept up under Henry's spell. And
Yeah.
maybe it's never broken because of the way their relationship ends.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Right. So, what if the scenario is that Charles and Camilla just loved each other and they just love being little incest pals?
Yeah.
Okay. Henry comes in. Henry's like, I love Camilla. But Camilla's like, no, me and Charles, like, we're together. We're a package.
Gosh.
And then Henry starts the plan.
To break up Camilla and Charles. Oh,
Hmm.
I could totally see that.
And then slowly over time, he whispers in her ear, Camilla, it's strange that you sleep with your brother. He says, that's not appropriate. And step by step, he chips away.
That'd be like the most noble thing Henry's done. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Follow up to that. Do you think Henry actually wanted to kill Charles?
So that's something Charles believes that Henry's trying to kill him.
Yeah. Would that be part of his plan so that he can end up with Camilla 100%? Get rid of the competitor and get rid of a potential loose end in the bunny story? He's on a roll.
I felt like he was trying to kill Charles. I felt like Henry would have gone one by one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he probably would have killed Camilla. I think he would have impregnated her 10,000 times
Oh
and
my
made
gosh.
her like a living prisoner.
Empress. Oh.
Yeah. I don't think he would have been a loving, doting husband after killing four of their closest friends.
That
I
would
don't
really
see
put
it.
a rift in your relationship.
Yeah, I don't see that. But what do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think so this is again kind of difficult because we're reading it through Richard's eyes, which he at this point of the book is still idolizing Henry.
Mm-hmm.
He's also in love with Camilla. And then here's Charles, who has been acting erratic, which who could blame him? But now
Mm-hmm.
he's getting pinned for beating his sister. And then Charles is saying, no, no, Henry's trying to poison me. It's like, who is Richard going to believe?
I don't know. I feel like after you've seen what Henry's capable of, also it's like but yeah, you're right. If you're under Henry's spell still,
Yeah.
Charles doesn't have a lot going for him.
Like I feel like it could be possible that Charles is trying to set up Henry,
Yeah.
but I believe it's more likely that Henry is just
Yeah.
round two.
Was that one of his criteria for people joining the Greek squad? They can't be as mastermind manipulators as I am.
Well, I think part of it is that the reason why this cult works is because all of these little kids are really impressed with Henry. But when Henry
Yeah.
goes and like talks to the FBI, I remember something where it was like he's trying to manipulate the FBI and they're like, "You're a dumb kid. I see
Yes.
right through you."
Yeah, they see him for who he actually is.
Yeah. So I don't think Henry could just go around and do this with anybody. I think he picked people who were susceptible.
Mm-hmm. Man, and you're right. We're missing so many details. We don't know how the Greek squad started.
Mm-mm.
How did
Why did
Julian find
Henry
them?
why did Henry recruit Bunny?
Yeah. I liked our theory, but I don't know. But I don't know. The part that I feel like our theory doesn't fit with is like, was he actually plotting this whole human sacrifice from the beginning? I feel like not.
No. I wonder. So I guess there's two schools of thought. There's the one that is supported by the book.
That's the larger school, the private or the public school.
What is written in the book, which is that everything was fine until this farmer died, and then that started a series of events that led to Bunny dying.
Hmm.
Okay. The other school of thought is what's not written in the book, which is a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things not written in here,
Hmm.
which could be that Henry was plotting this from the beginning for some reason. Maybe Bunny had blackmail on him. Maybe he was just tired of Bunny. I don't know. Maybe he killed the farmer and he loved it so much.
Yeah.
He was like, let me do it again. I don't know.
Got the spirit of Killy Millie on him.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like what might be likely is he's just a kid who is really into his books. He's really into himself. He's really into having power and influence over people. And
Yeah.
so he's kind of just drawn to getting more followers, sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And so he becomes roommates with this kid, Bunny. And he's like, Bunny is very impressionable. He'd be a great follower. And so
Mm-hmm.
then he starts wooing his power over him. And it works.
That would make sense to me why he would recruit him because he wanted more of like this cult.
Devoted. Yeah.
Yeah, devotees.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, Bunny's already impressed with me. I'm so smart. I got so much money.
Yeah.
I don't have to do much.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I agree with that. Okay,
Man.
so what we're landing on is that Henry is just a regular Joe Schmo who had a desire to be a cult leader. He shows up, he meets Julian, who's like, let me teach you about the ancient cults. Henry
Yeah.
learns. And then he's like, I need to start building my crew.
Yeah, he's like, this is what all the cool kids do.
So
I'm gonna
I've
be like
got to have my
Aristotle.
cult. Yes.
Yeah. Need my proteges. Maybe he was trying to be a Julian to them in some way.
I could see that.
Yeah. He needed
I
to
could.
teach them. But he's like, Bunny's a terrible student. He's gonna tarnish my perfect record.
He's like, he's got to go.
Yeah.
After that last essay, that last term essay, Henry was disgusted. And he's like, I have got to kill you.
Yeah, no poor performers on my watch.
You're out. You're an idiot and you used to make me laugh, but now you don't even make me laugh.
Yeah. What good are you?
Okay. So
Move on with a summary.
I think, okay, what did you think about Camilla? Was she manipulative queen or was she just swept up? Where did you land on that?
Um, Maybe by the end, I think she's just swept up because I feel like a manipulative queen would have kind of kept on manipulating.
Yeah.
But she kind of is stuck there forever
Yeah.
now, you know? So maybe just swept up. But maybe that was kind of her thing was like she loved being adored. And so she got
Yeah.
a lot of attention from everybody in the Greek squad, but
Yeah.
especially from Henry. And she was like, the special one.
Hmm.
And so I guess she's kind of like stuck living in that.
Well, it was kind of like you had Julian to Henry. They always have like their go-to person in the cult.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right. I think Camilla was like Henry's right hand.
Yeah.
And maybe when Camilla started being like air quotes manipulative, it's because she was actually just being influenced by Henry.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. And then she's kind of under Henry's spell, idolizes him, and then he dies. And then there's no one that can replace him.
Yeah.
So, man.
Because Camilla did feel it felt like there was a shift in Camilla with her and Charles towards the end, where it's like the beginning Camilla would have been so worried about him being in the hospital, would have like gone to
Mm-hmm.
see him, would have been like checking on him. And then by the end, it was like not even close to that. So it's kind of crazy if he was really a horrible beater, abuser the whole
Yeah,
time that you would see that flip.
I agree. I think a line that she said was that she's scared of Charles and Charles is scared of Henry. And Henry's the only one that Charles is scared of. And that sounds like a line that Henry told her. It's like, well, you have to be with me because I'm the only one who can protect you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I think all of it was Henry feeding her stories
Oh.
and maybe building on real things. Because I bet Charles and Camilla maybe did get into some physical fights,
Mm-hmm.
but and then maybe Henry just kind of built on that.
Yeah. There was their relationship was not normal, nor was it healthy.
No.
Um, so I'm sure there
Nothing
was
in any of their lives were.
no. So I'm sure there was a lot of like fractures, but it was like they're weird codependent, like we're cool with it.
Yeah.
But then Henry's there and he's like chipping away
Mm-hmm.
at those cracks until it
This is
breaks.
illegal.
Yeah, because it's just like either Charles has always been horrible or Charles has only recently been horrible. I don't know. But if he's only recently been horrible, I really do feel like Camilla wouldn't have flipped that easily.
Mm-hmm. Right. Especially when he's in the hospital.
Right.
She'd go see him. Why would she be scared of him there?
And I guess Richard's saying, like, oh, no one's told Camilla. But I'm like, she would have asked like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you landing? Same thing.
Same
She's swept
thing.
up.
I think she got swept up. I think when she's being manipulative, it's a flip because Henry is now the puppeteer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Camilla.
Poor Camilla.
All right. So, moving on.
Hmm.
Okay. So Camilla moves into the hotel with Henry, we're assuming. Charles flips out. Now there's a huge fracture in the Greek squad. We also learned from Charles that the FBI were hot on he and Henry's trail or tail following Bunny's death. And had the snow not melted when it did, they likely would have gotten arrested. Now Henry's pristine image is tarnished in Richard's eyes, even more than it was before. What do you think? Is that true? Is he starting to view Henry differently now? Or is he still idolizing him?
I think I think Richard is starting to like because I think he's starting to be tarnished. I think
Mm-hmm.
Richard's had the okay, what am I trying to say? When you're in a cult, it's really hard to break out of it because no one will speak against the leader,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone has thoughts against the leader.
Mm,
They just don't say
a
it.
good point. Mm-hmm.
And then they have like a self-correction in their mind if they have these
Yeah.
negative thoughts. And so like what will cause a cult to start to break down or to get people to leave is two people will be close and one of them will say, "Isn't this a little weird?"
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And then once you get the confirmation that you're not the only one. So I
Yeah.
feel like by Charles saying this, he's the first person saying,
That's a great point.
"Isn't this a little weird?"
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
So,
Okay. All the while, Henry has picked up hobby farming and likes to put on suspender overalls and pretend to be one of the poors as he tends to his lettuces and recites Homer in his backyard. He seems remarkably unperturbed by all of his friends falling apart. Although,
did you
like Candy
think,
said, maybe that's
oh,
his way of coping.
maybe. Did you think he was planting poison mushrooms?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I was like, Charles, you, because when he was in the hospital and they're like, you have something that antibiotics aren't curing and like you're not getting better
Oh,
and no
uh-huh.
one knows. I'm like, you have been poisoned.
I thought, yeah, I did think Henry was behind. Yeah, Henry was behind all that.
What do you think was wrong with Charles?
I don't know. I mean, he eventually got better. So I have no idea what it was. I
I
mean,
know, I wish I
they were doing a
knew.
lot of things. He was drinking a ton of alcohol. They're all doing drugs. He was sleeping outside in the cold. He was like super stressed, which does stuff to your body. And he was probably
Yeah.
poisoned by Henry. So it's tough to say.
Yeah. Well, I was convinced. I was like, Richard, get a book,
Yeah.
look them up, see which, like, if there's like a poison one. I looked up all the plants that they mentioned, but none of
Oh,
them were
really? Nothing?
poisonous.
Wow, look at
I
you.
was disappointed. Okay.
Man, that is disappointing.
Okay.
Man,
Henry's a
what
farmer
did
now.
Oh, he's a farmer. Did you think that was like kind of interesting though because they killed the farmer?
I didn't think about that until I just said Henry is a farmer now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Doesn't that feel kind of strange to you? Like it kind of to me
That
felt like they don't
is
view the farmers or like the townspeople as real people, but to him it's like it's kind of cool. It's like vogue to pretend to be one, but he knows he's a
cosplaying.
yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
He knows he's still an academic elite.
Well, I do think there might be some of this like hubris going on with Henry, where he was reveling in his getting away with it with Bunny, saying that
Mm-hmm.
poem in plain sight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then maybe this is him doing it again as a farmer, being
Oh,
like,
just like dropping all the clues.
yeah, just kind of like, I have this secret and I got away with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how obvious can I be?
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I don't think him planting a garden is
I
really
don't
all that
think
big of
him
a clue.
planting a garden is a big clue, but just kind
No.
of, I don't know, just kind of like, because like the
Yeah.
poem's not a big clue either. It's only a big clue if you know it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the insiders, yeah, maybe he's kind of like rubbing it in their faces almost.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
into like the group.
yeah. Yeah, look how undisturbed I am by what we did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am now the farmer.
Yeah. I don't even
Hmm,
care.
could be. Yeah, I mean, he says that in the section where he's like, I felt so powerful after we killed the farmer. I felt like I could do anything.
Do you think that he decided to kill Bunny because he was so like enthralled killing the farmer?
I felt like that was part of it. And I think it did all just kind of seem like a game to him.
Yeah.
Like he's playing chess.
A strategy
So
game.
he's very dissociated. Yeah. And I think he liked the challenge of trying to cover up the murder and like pull one over on people. Um, Probably like the power of,
Hmm.
dominating someone. So I think that's all part of it. So I think
Yeah.
he didn't actually mind killing Bunny. But do you think there was any part of him that did, that actually was affected by it? Or is he a total sociopath?
I think if he's not a sociopath, he had spun the story so
Mm-hmm.
long that this is what needed to happen and Bunny deserved it. And he was probably like, I paid for all the stuff for Bunny. I own
We're
him.
even. I own
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
I own him. Like, he's
Uh-huh.
nothing. He'd be nothing without me. So if I kill
Yeah.
him, it's whatever.
Yeah. Just expediting the process.
Yeah, just kind of like he's my plaything kind of thing. I could
Uh-huh.
see maybe that's sociopath. But just kind of like, I guess what I'm trying to say is either he has like absolutely no feelings and is just a monster, or he started telling himself this narrative about Bunny for so long that it dehumanized Bunny to a point where he actually really doesn't feel bad.
Yeah. I know. I could kind of see that second one. There was a line that I really liked. Do you remember the one about the Hindu saint? I have it pulled up.
Oh, yes. It was something like the Hindu doesn't know that he's sinned until until he feels remorse.
Yeah, yeah. It says a Hindu saint, um, wait. It's about a Hindu saint being able to slay 1,000 on the battlefield and it not being a sin unless he felt remorse. So to me, I felt like if you feel justified in what you're doing, it's not a sin. But it's only when you
Yes.
start feeling bad about killing Bunny that now it's a sin.
Yeah.
But Henry has felt justified the whole time, so no remorse.
Yes.
That's what I was
Exactly.
thinking.
Great line.
There's a lot of good lines in this book.
I
She's
know.
she's got an excellent way of describing things.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, should we go on?
Yep.
All right. The next turning point happens when Francis and Richard run into Julian and invite him to lunch. Julian says, I'd be delighted. While there, I can show you this super crazy letter I received from Bunny, but it's obviously a fake. I know. What a
Did you
twist.
die?
I did. I said, no way. Ah. I
I
had
was
to keep
like,
reading.
I was like, good job, buddy.
I
Get him.
know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Francis and Richard read the letter and know very well it is very much not a fake. In it, a paranoid and distressed Bunny tells Julian how the gang killed the farmer and how he thinks they're plotting to kill him next. Bunny has turned to Julian since he's the only one he can trust. Unfortunately, this letter got delivered to the wrong mailbox, so Julian never saw it until now. Womp womp. Do you think it would have made a difference if Julian had seen it earlier?
I think I think Julian would have abandoned them like he
Mm-hmm.
did anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he could have been okay with it because it was a farmer. I could see Julian
Mm.
being like, oh, whatever. One of the
Mm-hmm.
townies, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it was a student and it was such a big deal, maybe.
Yeah.
If he left, I think he would tell Henry, this is terrible. I'm leaving. Would then Henry kill Bunny?
Yeah. Even more.
Yeah, I think maybe he would still do it. Okay. I don't see Julian turning them in.
Yeah, I don't either. And honestly, if Julian had left, I feel like that's a worse punishment than them getting caught for the farmer.
Yeah.
So maybe he wouldn't have killed Bunny because he's like, well, you've already done, or like,
Well, would
or maybe he
Bunny
would
the
for
question is
retribution.
Bunny gonna tell? Am I gonna now lose my professor and I'm gonna go to jail?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know.
Especially once Bunny thinks that Henry's out to kill him. Now he's definitely gonna tell people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's got to get his witnesses.
Yeah, so I guess the question is, do you think Julian would have ratted on the kids? I think that's the only way it
No,
could have been stopped.
I don't think so. But okay, but if he thought that Henry was gonna kill Bunny, would he have stopped that?
I think he would have told him, Henry, don't do that. So yeah, I guess he would have said that.
Yeah. And I mean, he had a lot of influence over Henry.
Okay, but then
But they're in the same spot.
they're in the same
Maybe
spot.
Julian, well, I don't know. I was going to say maybe Julian would have come up with a third way out for them, but he doesn't seem like the evil master manipulator we thought he was.
Well, I think he is in some ways.
Okay.
He's still creating a cult with these kids,
Yeah.
and he's still being inappropriate with them at best.
Yeah. You know what he would have done?
Hmm.
He would have moved the whole class. He would have relocated. So we're transferring to Algeria or something.
Everyone but Bunny.
Yeah. Not Bunny.
Well, because Bunny's gonna rat on them.
In Algeria? Why would Bunny rat at that point now that they're all safe and Bunny's not going to get killed?
Yeah. Okay. I just think at this point of the letter, Bunny is paranoid, so he has to tell.
Mm.
Henry
Mm-hmm.
knows Bunny has to tell, so Henry has to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that doesn't happen in my mind, the only way that doesn't happen is if Henry is like interceded. Even if they go to like another country, I don't think it changes that.
Yeah. Just makes it easier to look like an accident.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Julian's the only way that Henry would not kill Bunny, like you said.
Do you feel like Bunny should have just called up Julian instead of writing him a letter?
That was my next question. Why not invite him to lunch or something? Anything. Like,
Hey, doll. I
yeah.
think Henry wants to kill me. Can you help?
Please. But maybe he thought that looked suspicious because the gang would see Bunny with Julian, and then Bunny would like never feel safe on his own. Maybe
Why do you think Bunny didn't just leave school?
I don't know.
I guess he doesn't
Um,
have a car and he doesn't have
yeah,
money.
you have to borrow money, but he has
Well,
other
Henry's been giving
friends.
him a lot of money.
Yeah. Um, hmm. Well, I wonder what was the time between Bunny writing that letter and Bunny actually dying?
It might have
Because it was
been a
within,
day.
yeah, so maybe it was like it was really getting to that breaking point. Maybe he would have, but Henry was too quick.
So why if Bunny thought that Henry was going to kill him, why would Bunny approach Henry on the side of a cliff?
It's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I think that's a great point.
Maybe,
Why not run
maybe,
away?
yeah, like okay. If I'm walking around in the woods trying to clear my head, I'm like worried this guy's out to kill me. If I see him in a clearing on a cliff, I'm not gonna approach. I'm gonna,
Well, you know what? If I saw only Henry, I wouldn't approach. If I saw all my friends, I would feel safer, I feel like.
that's true. You
You
wouldn't
know?
expect them to all be in on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a good
So
point.
that might
But
be part of it.
I was also thinking Bunny was in and out of sober
Yeah.
clear-headedness. He could have
Mm-hmm.
written that in a drunken stupor, sent it off, woke up the next day and thought, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah.
What
Uh-huh.
am I
Yeah.
thinking?
Some mood swings going on.
Yeah. Okay.
That's super possible. Okay.
All right.
Continue.
We decided Bunny would die no matter what. Is that what
Unless
we
Julian
decided?
intercepted, but most paths point to Bunny dying.
Yeah. It's too
All
late
right.
for him. Okay.
Poor Bun. Okay. The letter wouldn't be so bad, except that one page is printed on stationery from the hotel Bunny and Henry stayed in together in Italy. This was not genius planning on Bunny's part, but rather a happy accident that he ran out of normal paper to use. So either way, it is a dead giveaway that this is truly from Bunny.
Okay. Why would Henry give Bunny that paper?
I don't think he did because I think it said that Bunny was asking Henry to buy him paper, and Henry was like, "Oh, I'll get to it later or whatever," and he never did. And so Bunny was like scrounging around for paper, and he found one from the hotel. And he said, "Perfect, I'll use
Oh,
this." I think that's what happened.
I
Yeah,
thought Henry didn't want to spend the money, so then he gave him the paper, but
I
that
don't
makes
think
more
so.
sense.
I think that's what
Okay.
happened.
All
Hmm.
right.
It was pretty genius, though. That was good.
Mm.
Okay. Francis and Richard can't nab the letter during their lunch with Julian, so they devise a strange plan to go back to his office while Henry is meeting with him a few hours later. Richard tries to be smooth about things, but it draws more attention to the letter, and
Oh
Julian
my
sees the
God.
Italian stationery. The world stops turning until Julian hands them back the letter and sends the boys on their way. The gang timidly thinks they're safe, but things will never be the same because that's the last time they see Julian.
Oh
Actually,
my
Henry sees him again,
God.
but I think that's the last time everyone else does. Hmm.
Do you
We've
think Julian wouldn't have noticed if the gang had played it cool?
It seemed weird because Francis and Richard were like, well, if Henry's there and Henry sees it, he's going to come up with a way to get it out of Julian's hands, which
Hmm.
made me question why they were going in to interrupt. Like, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, because if Henry can come up with a plan on the spot, why does he need these two
Yeah,
bozos?
buffoons.
The jacks. Why does he need these jacks
Yes,
showing up?
I feel like he does it. I guess it's like in case Henry doesn't notice, but Julian does. I don't know. Honestly, all of this is pointing more towards Henry being right and being like, I can't trust these people with any plans. I need to
Yeah.
be the mastermind.
Sorry. Can you repeat that last part over?
Yeah, I said all of this just supports that Henry can't trust any of these people with their plans and he needs to be the
No.
mastermind.
No. That yeah, he's like, you can't do one thing. The two stooges over here. He said it would have
I
been three, but I
know.
had to kill one of you.
Yes. And maybe another.
Oh my God.
I know. So, yeah, that seemed kind of weird to me, but I guess they were thinking, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they thought it
I
would work.
I think they're really stressed out. They're really tired.
Yeah.
I could see like the panic of like the only and I've done this before where I'm like I have to solve this problem and I can only think of it in one direction.
Yeah,
And it just
that's true.
doesn't work and you just keep trying to force it in and then someone comes
Mm-hmm.
around and they said, "Oh, just do it like this." And they like flip it upside
Yeah.
down and
You're
you're
like, oh
like,
my gosh.
"Kill me."
Yes. Yeah. I could see all that.
Yeah, so I could see that. I could also see this maybe being an example of Henry's like godlike powers being a detriment because like the group has stopped critically thinking.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
They're
They've
like, Henry's
outsourced.
our leader. He can figure it out because he knows everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
it
he's
does
just
kind
a
of
little
seem,
loser.
I know. Well, it does kind of seem like when once Richard and Henry stop interacting more, Richard comes up with like some good ideas, some good
Yeah.
plans. Like he seems more like in control and on top of his game.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think that's a good point.
Yeah. And that's what Charles kind of said at the beginning, where he's like, any one of us could have come up with a better plan than this. This was crazy. We're going to find
True.
Bunny on the side of the mountain. We're going to push him over.
Mhm. And they
Yeah.
did. But
And
what's
they did.
crazier, it actually worked. None of them got caught. But in some ways, it didn't work because they all had lifelong issues. But from a criminal justice perspective, perfect crime.
They did get away with it. And not everyone can say that.
That's true.
So, yeah. I don't know that I could
Something.
come up with a murder plan and not get caught. I think I'd get caught.
Yeah. We would have
I'd
turned
get caught.
ourselves in.
Honestly, yeah. Don't tell me a secret. I tell my own secrets.
Yeah. No secret safe with me, especially not one about murder.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so Julian leaves. Tensions are still high as the gang begins to ask heretical questions like, Why did we ever listen to Henry in the first place? And who put him in charge? Then the climax comes when Charles, who's paranoid that Henry is going to kill him, runs away. Francis and Richard look all around town and end up at the honeymoon hotel with Camilla and Henry. Charles shows up and he's brandishing a gun.
What?
I know. Whoa, there's a big kerfuffle. Richard gets shot in the mix-up, but Henry has one last brilliant plan to get everyone out of this. When the hotel manager knocks on their door to see what's amiss, they open the door and Henry immediately shoots himself in the head. The story then goes that Henry was suicidal. His friends tried to save him, especially Richard, who was the big hero, but they were not successful.
Oh my God.
That was wild.
I was
I
not
didn't see
expecting
that
that.
coming. Nope, that wasn't on my bingo card.
No.
But I was like, and on the other hand, I was like, I couldn't see it going any other way. How could Henry go on once Julian has left? Where is
Do
he going
you
to go
think
from here?
do you think that's why he killed himself?
So Julian's left. All of his followers are starting to ask questions.
Yeah.
He, what else? What else is he going to do? I mean, obviously he could do plenty of other things.
Hmm.
Um, but is it just this one last grandiose gesture to be like
Yeah.
the Greek hero, the martyr?
Yeah. That's what a lot of the online said.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I could see that. He's still swept
But
up in this drama.
but I could see Henry being like, because I don't think he planned that day for him to kill himself in the honeymoon hotel.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I think what probably was happening is he was working on his plan to get rid of Charles, and any good tactician will have already thought through different possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he probably did think there might be a possibility that Charles will come after me. And if things get really bad, then I'll shoot myself in the head and we'll make it look like a suicide.
Hmm. I guess that's better than people turning him in.
I think he would have been happier with that outcome as a kid. I
Right.
think if he had,
That's what he would think.
yeah, that might be what he would think.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, yeah, because I feel like any good tactician, it's like that's how you're good at it. You feel like you're prepared for every situation, but it's because you've thought of so many different possibilities that you already have like the flow path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. And then he's kind of doing the same thing that Julian did, leaving his followers high and dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, and
So
especially like Camilla, because I think like he was like holding Camilla or something, and she got
he
like
gave her a
Jackie
kiss.
O'd. He gave her I mean, like
He,
you're getting like,
well, he like pushed her out of the way after.
oh.
But I
I was
mean,
like, you're getting like some splatter.
yeah, oh my
Like,
gosh.
not to
Ah.
be like crass, but
Yeah.
like that would
Yeah.
be like even more horrifying. Like, how can Camilla live on?
I mean, yeah, I get why she hasn't really been able to move past this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about Charles?
I get why he was so paranoid. I do believe Henry was going to kill him. So I kind of get, after seeing what Henry did to Bunny and the
Yeah.
farmer, I kind of get why he would show up with a gun.
Hmm.
Um, and I guess I don't know, is Charles kind of right in thinking like this is my only option? Because what am I going to do? Turn Henry in?
It's tough because, yeah, it's like if he turns Henry in, he turns himself in.
Yeah. And even if he says like, well, Henry was a mastermind on this, probably he thinks the rest of the gang is still on Henry's side.
Yes.
So if anything, they might turn on Charles and be like, no, Charles was.
Yeah.
So that's an issue.
So
So what?
did you read online? It'll relate, I promise. Did you read online about the big cat theory?
No, what's that?
So in this last section, they're driving and there's a big cat that they see in the road or something.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah,
And
that's right.
some people think the farmer was killed by the big cat and the students
Oh,
just stumbled upon it. In this world, had Charles gone to the police and said, "We killed this person," there's a possibility they would have come back and said, "No, he died from a mauling."
that's fascinating. I actually really like that theory. One thing that I feel like doesn't support that is that the newspaper called it a homicide. And like,
They did?
because there was that newspaper clipping, remember?
Yes. Can you look it up
Yeah,
in
let
your
me look it
Kindle?
up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I look up the word mutilated.
Oh,
That was a
yes.
standout word. Um, but actually, I think that that makes perfect sense
Yes.
that the big cat would have killed them, and then that makes this whole thing even more tragic, is that none of it
Yes.
was necessary.
It was all paranoia from the beginning.
Wow, I really like that theory.
I like that theory a lot too.
Okay, so this newspaper article says that the police department is still investigating the brutal November 12th homicide of Harry Ray McCree. The mutilated corpse of Mr. McCree, a poultry farmer, was found upon his uh, Mechanicsville, Mechanicsville farm. Robbery did not appear to be a motive, and though Mr. McCree was known to have several enemies, none of these suspects are in the slaying. So
Several
the
enemies.
I know in both
Someone
the
wrote that
chicken and
about me in
egg
the paper?
business. I
That's
know.
what it says?
Yeah, several enemies both in the chicken and egg business and in Battenkill County at large. I mean, they
Oh
use some
my
strong,
God.
colorful language here. Slaying,
Can you
mutilated,
imagine? I
enemies.
I get murdered and they say I have enemies.
Only adoring fans.
I would I would be shocked if they were like Candace was murdered and she had several enemies. Like no, like it would probably be one of my nearest and dearest. Like I don't think I would have an enemy. Like usually it's the husband that kills you.
Right.
Like I
But
think it
would
would
you
be like
rather that be the story people know? It's like, oh, her nearest and dearest turned on her. Or she already had enemies and they got her.
no. I think I like the nearest and dearest turning on me because then I'm still a victim. An
Mm.
enemy makes it seem like I was the perpetrator first and they were like coming back to get me.
Yeah, I guess that's possible.
Okay, so
Wow,
they did say homicide.
they did. So, which makes me think it didn't apparently look like an animal. But that's a great point. It's so mutilated. Why didn't they think animal?
That makes you think the
It
cult.
wasn't. Yeah, it does make me think the cult. Hmm. And what's interesting about your big cat theory is that they find a small cat at the end of the book or towards the end of the story. And
Oh,
Charles adopts this
yes.
feral cat. And then it goes on and someone else adopts it later. I forget who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like a very
Um,
nice old cat or something.
I think it turns nice. Yeah. But like that is kind of interesting. What's with all these cats?
Yeah.
Is it like the big cat was the spirit of the cult and it killed the farmer and it killed the whole gang and then the small cat,
Yes.
what's that doing? I guess did that, I don't know, kind of usher in Charles trying to kill Henry? I don't know.
Not sure.
I
So
don't know
this
either.
Google page is saying for big cat theory, the fifth presence, which the group thought was the Dionysus god, but could have been a predator.
That makes total sense, honestly.
But how does it resolve it being a homicide?
The townies just don't know what they're looking at.
You're right. I
Does Big
agree.
Cat Theory address that?
They're saying police incompetence, which we've read a lot of thrillers. There might be something to it.
Yeah, that always happens.
Okay, so this is what someone else is saying. The mysterious death retraction. The first article Bunny sees is a tiny blurb, but the follow up article published 2 weeks later is titled Mysterious Death in Battenkill County. The shift from a definitive homicide to mysterious death suggests that as the coroners investigated further, the evidence pointing towards a human attacker fell apart.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm all
I'm
for Big Cat
convinced.
Theory.
Big cat theory, they never killed anyone.
That would explain a ton. Wow, that makes it all so sad.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
all pure just paranoia.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kiddos. That
End up in
good
weird
lesson.
places.
End up in weird places. You start thinking weird things. I mean, this is all to say they were in a cult. Henry's a little weirdo. So, in Big Cat Theory, do you think Henry tells everyone that the farmer was murdered and that they did this thing? Camilla was covered in blood, though.
You don't think he just believes it?
Or does Henry just believe it?
I kind of think they all actually believe it. They're
I
like
kind of think
really
that
under the
too.
spell of the Bacchanal.
Yeah. Now, it could be Big Cat kills it. They're delirious. I don't know how Camilla gets like covered in blood. Is she rolling around in it?
Well, I know that is kind of weird, but someone has like a bite mark, which would support Big Cat Theory. And they
Oh,
were running through the woods. Who knows?
yeah.
Who knows?
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe, oh, does Camilla have a bleeding thing? Because she like stepped on that piece of glass and her foot bled a lot. Like
Hemophiliac,
hemophilia. Yeah.
like our girly pop and the boyfriend.
Yeah. Is that her? Maybe she tripped while she was running and then her head just started bleeding profusely.
That is very possible. The AI is saying it could be anything. One person said that because Camilla thought she was a deer during the thing,
Mm.
that the group had turned on her and like they had attacked her and she had forgotten,
Hmm.
like
So
in the
like
manic state.
the Bacchanal actually happened and she was turned into a deer.
Like she in her recollection of it, she was like, I morphed into a deer and I was running around. And then in a real bacchanal, you find an animal and you rip it apart. So maybe the
Mm.
group was chasing her. She didn't realize it was the group because she was like delirious.
Maybe.
And they attacked her, so she was covered in blood. And then they find the farmer, you know?
Hmm. Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah. So, okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, this has been fascinating. I'm glad you brought up
Yeah.
that theory.
Okay, good. I really like that theory. I was like, whoa, yes. I think it
Wow.
makes it more sad too,
Mm-hmm.
that it was all for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow, wow, wow. I guess they never saw the newspaper clipping where it said terrible animal attack. That would have saved all of them.
Oh my God. I think they
Tragic.
still, I think they still maybe believe that they did it. So then they were like, well, if Bunny says no, it wasn't an animal attack, it was these people and they attacked like they were an animal. So that's why you're confused. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think anyone would believe
Seems like a
Bunny.
stretch, right?
Yeah.
Poor Bun Bun. Wow. Well, that's good. I think that really ties things together.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for the epilogue?
Yep.
Okay. So after Henry kills himself, he was the last tether tying them together, and now the gang has officially unraveled. In the epilogue, we learn that Richard is the only one who graduates from Hampton, and he moves back to California. He was dating a girl from college, but he's always been in love with Camilla. The twins become estranged, and Charles gets with a gal he met in rehab. Her husband wasn't too happy about it,
Oh
but it seems like she and
no.
Charles are still together. So I guess it worked out. Camilla is still in the Northeast taking care of their aunt or grandma. I kind of
Their
forget.
aunt.
It was their aunt. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Francis, Richard, and Camilla have a reunion when Francis sends them both suicide notes. They immediately get on a plane and find him in the hospital. He's still alive, and they find out he is engaged to a vacuous lady who he doesn't like, but he is doing it to stay in his grandpa's will. Richard confesses his love to Camilla, but she says she can't be with him because she still loves Henry. All three of them have seen Henry in their imaginations. It seems that he, Bunny, and Julian have succeeded in living forever by haunting the minds of the Greek squad. And the story ends with Richard having a dream and seeing Henry in the afterlife in some sort of like purgatory thing. And he says, "Are you
Mm-hmm.
happy?" And Henry says, "Doesn't look like you're too happy either," and walks away. Mysterious.
Wow.
What do you think? Were you satisfied by the end?
Yeah, because everyone deserved what they got and more, probably.
Even if they didn't, well, they did kill Bunny.
Because they killed Bunny.
Yeah.
They killed Bunny. And I think,
Yeah.
like, if you kill a person, then be, you need to let the family know and you need to do the time.
Yeah.
Barring that, I think that this was a fitting end for them.
I think so. I think it was a fitting end. I felt like it was a little unsatisfying because you want to know all the details, you know? And
Yeah.
she does give in the epilogue, she goes through like every character and how they turned out, which I guess is nice. But you know, I wanted the details on like what actually happened with Julian and Henry.
I was like, get rid of
But
Judy Poovy.
I
What
love Judy.
we spent too much time on Judy Poovy. Like
Judy. She got a lot of airtime.
she got a lot of airtime. And for being like chronically like a character I'd forget about and she would just show back up.
Yes. I love Judy. Whatever friend was inspiration for Judy Boovie, I want to be that friend.
Remember in the author
The
recap I said,
star.
"Oh, this person was Judy Poovy." And you said Judy Poovy. I
Yeah,
thought she was a one-line throwaway.
I know. Nope. She was the real hero.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Okay, but you felt like it was unsatisfying.
Well, no, I think it was the perfect ending. I think it was meant to be kind of unsatisfying because we don't know all the details. But it's from
Yeah.
Richard's perspective 100%, and that's all he knows.
Yeah. I think the most unsatisfying thing, and this was a lot of the Reddits, was the Julian seeming like he was going to play this bigger part and he just
Mm-hmm.
never did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is she trying to say with that?
Maybe it was just like the spirit of Julian was bigger than like who he was. Like the air of Julian, the
They all
mystique.
inflated him in their minds.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that was more of his role than who he actually was.
Yeah, I guess so. And same thing for Henry. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
inflated and he actually
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. He
Well,
wasn't the god they thought he was.
that's why I love that FBI scene because it's like the second you get him out of these weirdos,
Mm-hmm.
people see him for who he is immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Judy Poovy, she was like, that guy is weird. He was like super strong, and all these people had to like pull him off of me and XYZ. It's like, I feel like anyone outside of this group knows that he's not that cool and he's not that smart,
Mm-hmm.
but the group has built him up so they are just mesmerized.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man. Man, I was so sad for all of them though. Like I guess on one level they deserve it, but they need some help. And they need to confess their crime, but
Do you think if they confessed their crime, they would be free?
oh, like they wouldn't go to jail or something? Or
No,
you
they'd
mean
be free
free
of
from there?
this.
I I think so because it's worth a shot because it's not going well the other way, you know? But you
Yeah.
have Francis, who's like, he agrees to marry this woman who he despises so that he stays in his grandpa's will. And Richard's like, you could work. And he's like, I'm not made for that kind of thing.
That was like, I mean, that made me laugh. I was like, love you, Richard, or love you, Francis. But also, like, you're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna kill yourself before like getting a job?
Yeah.
What?
That's why I'm like, I can never confess because jail would never be his style.
Yeah, I mean, Francis is like, I'm not doing it. I don't think Francis was all that sorry.
That too.
Like,
Even after
he,
everything.
what was his big crime? They found out he was gay and they were like, you have to get married now to a woman.
No, his crime. What was his crime? Oh, yeah, maybe. Was that
I feel
it?
like that was all it was. He, I feel like he's not being haunted like Richard and Camilla. I feel like his life sucks. Maybe that's like Henry being unlucky for him.
You're
But
right. Well, so something I totally skipped over in the summaries, he was having panic attacks and stuff. So, like, he had his own stuff going on during school.
oh, I forgot
And
about that. Yeah.
yeah, he kept thinking he was having a heart attack. So he was also like
Yeah.
doing his own suffering. And you're right. He was going to be written out of the will because his grandpa found out that he was with another man. So then he had to marry a woman. So that's also scarring in
Oh my
probably a lot of
God.
ways.
Oh my God.
Um, and they've all seen Henry in their imagination. So like he saw Henry
Yes.
in the bathtub after he had tried to commit suicide. So,
Oh.
mhm.
What did Henry say anything to him?
Um, let me see. I Oh yeah, he did. Let me look it up if I can find it. Mm. It was something like, "Are you happy now?" or something like that. I'm gonna
Mm.
try to find it, but I don't know if I can. Well, oh yeah, yeah, that's what he said. So, he said to me in this really disgusted voice, "Well, Francis, I hope you're happy now."
Mm.
Mhm.
What does that mean? I hope you're happy now.
Um,
Like Henry thinks that Francis should have gone down with him. That normally you say it like with a sneer. Or maybe he means it sincerely. I
he
wanted the
said it
best for
was,
you.
hmm. Yeah, why is Henry disgusted that Francis is taking his own life?
Well, he might not be disgusted. He might be like, I really hope you're happy now. Like, I killed myself hoping you would have this happy life, and I've been watching you and you've been miserable. So maybe if you do this, like, I hope you're happy.
Well, he says it was in a disgusted voice, but he could have been
Oh,
hearing
he
it
says it in
differently.
a sneer. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Or maybe he's like, this isn't gonna fix anything. So hope you're happy.
Maybe Henry lives forever because he lives in their memories. So if they die, then he doesn't live forever anymore.
Oh, one less person
Yeah.
to carry around his
His little
memory.
Horcrux.
Yeah.
I had forgotten I had written this, but this about Francis when he was saying, "Oh yeah, they wrote me out of the will." And I said the mother's been married 5 times and had a teen baby out of wedlock, but being gay is the line. And I was like, wow.
Wow,
Wow, wow, wow,
wow.
wow,
Oh,
wow. Okay.
what a time,
What a time.
man. Okay, something I don't know exactly what this means, but she's dropping a lot of different like Jesus
Mm-hmm.
imagery around here. And so
Oh,
if you remember, what did you think I was going to say?
just dropping a lot of metaphors and like
Oh, she is.
symbolism.
That too. That too. Well, okay, so the religious stuff that I've picked up on, I mean, it's like she just writes out. It's pretty explicit. But Bunny dies, and I think they find him on Easter, or he dies right on Easter. It's something. It's right around Easter.
The Easter Bunny?
Yes, he's the Easter bunny.
No.
I know. Well, okay, so that's part of it. So he dies on Easter. And then when Camilla and Richard see Francis in the hospital, when they leave the hospital, it was Ash Wednesday, which is 40 days before Easter. And it's like a time of
Oh.
penitence and fasting. And Easter is a time of like rebirth and celebration. What does
I
it
do
mean?
not I do not know. I don't remember them saying like specifically all these things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Ash Wednesday is when who gets out of jail or out of out of the hospital? I'll feel in jail
Francis,
sometimes.
yeah. Francis gets out of jail after he tries to take his own life. No, he gets out of the hospital, sorry.
And that's on Ash Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. They're in Boston the whole time and it's raining. They get out, it happens to be Ash Wednesday.
Hmm. I don't know. I have no idea. They have to continue fasting? What?
I
Maybe
don't
it's like,
know.
is that like a time of forgiveness in the Catholic Church?
Yeah,
Like you're giving up stuff and like maybe
yeah,
they're being
yeah.
forgiven?
Yeah, maybe kind of a time of like renewal in some ways.
Yeah.
Like you're cutting yourself off from things of this world a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of renewing yourself. I think it could be something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That is very interesting
There's something there.
and
I
very
don't.
sad. Easter Bunny died on Easter
Easter
because
Bunny.
maybe he gets to live forever, so he comes back. Like maybe he came back as a haunting.
That's haunting. He's also haunting their memories. Okay,
That's
and
what I mean.
another, yeah. Well, I think that's true. And then a funny line that we didn't talk about last episode is that when Richard is at Bunny's family's house for the funeral, he's like, everywhere I see, there's all these bunnies. It's like killing him was a generative thing, which is just funny because bunnies are known for doing that. So it was
Yes.
a very fitting name.
Well, Richard also cracked me up when he got shot and he was like, "Hey guys, I've been shot." And everyone's like, "Ah!" And they're like not paying attention to him. He's like,
Oh
"Hey, I've
yeah,
been shot." He says it like two or three times. And
I
no
think he only
one
says it once.
he said it
He
at
thinks
least
about it.
twice.
No, he's like, when are people gonna notice? He's like, should I say something? And he says
Yeah.
something, and then I think something happens then.
I just thought that was so funny.
I
I'm just
know. Yeah, I
imagining
did too. I was like, this poor guy.
because he is not part of the group. He has been shot and they're not even paying attention. They're,
Yeah, I
you know,
know. So is he a part of the group by the end?
no.
Even in this epilogue where he visits Francis and Camilla?
I guess, yeah, I guess he is part of the group by the end of it. But he always
Yeah,
seemed like second tier.
I definitely think so. Um, okay. All right. I found a Reddit about this whole Catholic connection. I'm gonna send it to you
Oh.
because I chatted it to you.
Oh, okay. I find it fascinating, very telling that Donna Tartt herself converted to Catholicism after moving to the East Coast from being in a majority Protestant South.
Interesting.
Hmm. I believe she and the characters in The Secret History, excluding Bunny, see Catholicism as more sophisticated, intelligent, true religion, And as a Protestant, Bunny is the exact opposite of those traits. He's crass and unintelligent. I think you are definitely right.
Okay, well, the one thing that I read, or I'm like, that's interesting, is that Henry, Francis, and the twins were all raised Catholic, and they're the core of the group. The ones
Mm.
allowed at the Bacchanal, the truly dark academia ones. Bunny and Richard are the outsiders. Bunny is too aesthetically waspy to fit in even at the best of times. He's too Protestant. And Richard's family had no religious affiliation, so he's more of a blank slate. He can try to fit in more
Mm.
successfully than Bunny, but in the end, it doesn't work. Bunny is too aesthetically something else, while Richard is too aesthetically nothing. I think that's a good take.
I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
Interesting, interesting.
I looked up the Charles and Camilla because I had connected that to the king and queen consort.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, what'd you find?
Donna Tartt said it was an accident,
Oh, really?
but the book came out in 1992, which is at the peak of Princess Diana and Charles's marriage falling apart.
Oh, wow.
So it was like
Yikes.
a happy PR accident
Ha ha
that
ha ha. Was it a good PR?
I think it just, I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it helped the book sales, but they just said it was like a happy
That's so
accident.
funny. Wow.
Yeah.
I just thought those names sounded good together.
Yeah. They have like roots in like Latin or Greek or something, and there's a reason why they're called what they're called. She
Oh,
didn't
you read
like
that
pick them
somewhere?
random. Yeah. She said
Oh.
she said it had nothing to do with that. I picked it because of this and that.
Oh, wow. I That's what I really like about this book. You could really think about it for a long time and like look into all
Yes.
the details she puts in there.
Yes.
Man.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
we got to wrap.
I think so. Are we gonna rate it?
Let's rate it, and I don't think we have time for read it like Reddit.
I
That's what
think
I
we've been
think.
talking about it throughout the
I
thing.
think I think the Reddits, they've come through. We read
Yeah.
it.
We read it like Reddit.
We read it like Reddit. And some things we didn't read like Reddit, and I liked how they read it better. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm glad we brought it up. Okay. Secret history. Themes.
5.
5 for me too.
Yep.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of them. Writing style.
5. Beautiful.
5 for me too. I really loved her writing.
I mean, you write it and you're like, this is someone who took 10 years to write this book.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well worth the time. Okay,
Hmm.
character depth.
5.
5. They're all so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All kind of dislikable, probably. I
I think that is part of how good it was, is that like you feel something for them,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lands a plane.
5.
5 for me too. I Part of me wants more details, but it wouldn't have really made the book better. It's just me being curious, you know?
I think that's what makes the book so good, is that it never really gives
It's
you enough.
ambiguous. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if it gave you all the answers, it would be kind of like seeing Julian for who he is. It's kind of disappointing.
Wow, wow. Look
The
at that
mystique,
connection.
the mystique is what
Yeah.
makes it so good.
Wow, I like that. Okay, I think you're right. Entertainment.
I want to say 4.5 because the beginning part was a little slow,
Mm-hmm.
but I really want to give this book a 5.
I thought the exact same thing. Sometimes it was a little long and a little draggy, but
Yeah,
5.
I I want to have a nice, perfect 5.
Mm-hmm. How long is this book?
It's long. It's as long as Babel.
Hmm. I mean, it felt pretty long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't feel as drudgery as Babel, though.
Yeah, I would agree. I was always interested in the story for this one.
It's because there was a murder at the beginning.
You're
If
right.
if Babel had started with the oh my God, the professor we killed, spoiler, All right.
Oh.
Spoiler for Babel. If Babel had started with, oh my God, we had killed our professor, then I think it would have been better and it wouldn't have felt so crazy when it happened.
That's true. You're right. That was something I thought about with this book, where I'm like, they kind of went off the rails. We kind of went on a rocket ship by the end. But did it feel like that to you?
We were in a rocket ship, but I feel like because we were in this cult,
Yeah.
it made it feel more grounded in reality because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like when you're in a cult like this, it's like you stop making sense. Therefore, their actions do make sense to me.
Yeah, I'd agree. It all felt very in line with the
Yeah.
book. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Other miscellaneous.
Fabulous book.
I know I want to give it a 10.
10.
All right, if we both give it a 10 out of 5, it only raises it to a 5.8.
5.8. Oh my God.
The
The
highest book
highest
yet.
ever.
This is
Yes.
really good. Great
Mm-hmm.
recommendation, Andrew.
Yes. Fabulous. Fabulous recommendation, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're moving.
In
You're
four
gonna be,
days. No,
and
less
you're
than
gonna
that.
be
What's today? 3 days.
Tuesday, 3 days. Okay. So you're gonna be moving. What do you think about doing Harry Potter next?
I think what would be best, if it's possible, if you wanted to read that hockey book with Lexi or someone. Is there anyone who'd be
Oh,
interested?
oh, that's
Because
a
we're
good
not going to have a
idea.
chair for like a week.
Okay, that's a good idea. Let me ask Lex, see if I can,
Yeah.
for some heated rivalry.
Would she be interested, do you think?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Lex really likes romance books. I think the hardest part is that she has two dogs and two kids.
I mean, that is a lot.
So she has
That's pretty
minimal quiet
tough.
time.
Yeah.
I don't think she has a good podcasting studio in the house. That's,
It's tough. Could they
I
come over?
know.
To make it a party.
No,
Or
I
you
might be
go,
able to
oh.
do it during the workday. That
Oh,
might be what we have to do while the kiddos are at school.
yeah, that makes sense.
You
Yeah, on
know,
your lunch
sneak away
break.
for a lunch break.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that
that's
could
a good
work.
idea. Okay,
I
I'll
think that
talk to
might be
Lex.
best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Yay.
All right. Well,
This is so fun.
send me the
Yeah.
file right away. Put it up, upload it, and then I'll do the editing.
Okay. I will do that for
So we
you.
don't know what our next book is then.
We could do Harry Potter next. I'm down. We
We
could
could
still do
also
that next.
do, because now I kind of want to do that Greek book.
Greek book. Oh, the one with the, oh yeah. With what's it called? Like the mythologies.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great after this. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. And I was like thinking, I was just like having this thought where I'm like, we have inadvertently planned a beautiful book club because we did Silent Patient,
Uh-huh.
a lot of
Greek.
Greek.
Yes, you're right.
Hmm. Then we did Babel, a
Yeah.
lot of things.
A lot of things,
Then we
including
did,
Latin, Greek.
yeah, Secret History, Greek. And now, I mean, we're just going further into the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Wait, have we only read 3 books this year?
No, because we also did a Frida book.
Oh, yeah.
We threw one of those in there.
Palate cleanse.
We did our palette cleanse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see what books we've done this year.
Because I'm like, man, it's June. We've only read 3, but honestly, I would believe it because, I mean, that'd be on me.
Well, we have not been doing some pop pop culture. Like we could have read 10 Frida books.
That's true. We sure could have.
Yeah, because we did 5 parts on Babel, then we did The Boyfriend, then we did The Silent Patient, and then we did Gone Before Goodbye, Sweetest Getaway, and
Harry
then we
Potter.
opened the year with Harry Potter.
Wow. What a good range of books. This
Oh
is
my
a great book
God.
club. Getting everyone's
Fabulous.
interests.
Yeah, rate, review, subscribe. Two
Or
hours
we only
in.
get your interest once a year. Wait 4 more months until you're back on the rotation.
Yeah, so I was thinking we could do that book, but I
Harry
don't know if
Potter?
we need like
Oh no, the
no,
Greek
the
book.
Greek
Yeah, yeah.
book.
I forgot. Yeah, what's it
I
called again?
don't know. Polynices?
Um, oh yeah, no, that's not it. Oh, I don't know what it was called.
I'll have to ask Ani B because she told us to read it, and I said, Anna, we don't read boring books.
Ha ha. Ah.
But now I'm like, okay. Oh, is it just called The Odyssey? Don't tell me that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, I think it is. Retold. Okay. I mean, it is confusing. She used the same title.
But it wasn't called the Greek book.
Wait, but that's not coming up. What is it? By Gillian Cross? I can't
I don't
tell.
I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll need
Whatever.
to ask Honey
All right,
B.
we're thinking that book. Or should we do a palate cleanse? That's the question.
Um, well, why don't we first find out what the book is? Then,
Chrissy, why
because
do you
Harry
ask
Potter's going to
questions
take
like
a
this?
while.
Book
What?
three?
Well, I'm saying Harry Potter would take a few weeks. And I kind of like these Greek things we're into.
I know. I'm kind of into that too. All
I think let's just go into it. We're already in the mindset.
right. All right.
I like it.
One step closer to your dream, which is learn,
A snooze fest. Oh.
no, learn Greek with me or learn Spanish with me.
Oh, yeah. You're
I
right.
know.
Yeah, we could do a Spanish book next.
No.
Uh, oh,
Okay. Well, I love you.
I love you too. This was so fun. And the
This
things
was
are
so
already
fun.
uploaded from the last episode. It's called Secret History
Yay.
3.
Okay. Good.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, you have to call me on your 24-hour road trip.
Yeah, we sure will.
Yeah. Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.